Shalom, 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 Israel. Call Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekal Kadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders in Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well. No respect and salutations, peace and blessings out there to you sincere and hopeful elect that scattered across the four winds of this earth. It's your fellow servant Malachi, coming in from the GMS Heaven Bay Church. And I want to get into a lesson today, going into wisdom, okay? Because as we read in the book of Isaiah 33 and I believe it's Isaiah 33 and 6, going into how wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. This is what we're going to need in these end days. All right, these are going to be the things of the scriptures. All right, the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding of the scriptures. All right, to help us navigate. All right, such as the scripture says that we shall be as pilgrims. All right, on the earth. All right, we're gonna have to need that wisdom, that knowledge and understanding to keep us. All right, to help us. All right, through the times of our adversities. All right, as a time of us getting built up before the coming judgment. All right, of this place, and we're gonna need that. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the word wisdom. All right, and the etymology of it. All right, the word wisdom, all right, going translated into the Greek means Sophia. All right, in the scriptures they always talk about a woman, okay, and that woman, all right, that's going to do right by you, such as we read in the book of Proverbs 31. All right, yes, it's talking about a woman, but really, in reality, it's talking about wisdom, okay, and how she's going to be there to help you, to comfort her husband. All right, the man that she's supposed to be tied unto. All right, and we're gonna get into some scriptures in the book of Sirach, chapter 6. All right, and we're gonna talk about going into the word wisdom as well. But to go back into the etymology of the word wisdom, all right, it's translated into the Greek, which is Sophia. And if you want to go a little bit deeper into that word wisdom, which goes into sapience. All right, in the Latin term, so like the Latin word of sapience goes into I believe it was sapientia. All right, sapientia. All right, and you go into that word, it means to take in, to taste. All right, so when you get a taste of this wisdom, all right, it's something that it's like the first time you go and you try and you eat something. All right, it's so great, it's so good. All right, that you have to just keep eating it. All right, and you just want to keep eating it and indulge in it. All right, and that's what happens with wisdom. All right, once you get wisdom, all right, you're gonna want to always obtain her, always want to keep her by your side, always want you to for you to always have her by your side. All right. So let's go into it some more. Etymology, all right, the etymology online for the word Sophia goes into skill. All right, it goes into knowledge of, acquaintance with, sound judgment. All right, because we're going to need sound judgment, all right, in the times of when this judgment happens in Babylon the Great. All right, you're going to need practical wisdom. All right, how to maneuver your way around. All right, in the coming times that we get ready to enter into, you got to be cunning. All right, you have cunning, you have shrewdness, and you have wise. All right, so all these things are fruits, some of the fruits and labors, all right, of wisdom. All right, which is Sophia. All right, so we're gonna jump into the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and we're gonna start at verse 18. It says, "My son, gather instruction from thy youth up. So shalt thou find wisdom to thine old age." All right, you're going to have wisdom with you by your side. As we're going to the etymology of the word, acquaintance with. You want to be acquainted with wisdom. All right, all the way into your old age. From your youth up, from the time that you come into this truth, all the way into the time of the end. All right, all the way into the time when we see Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, when he sends his son Yahweh Shai to come break open these clouds. Okay, verse 19, it says, "Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits." All right, so you're gonna have to work to get wisdom. All right, wisdom not just gonna come up unto you. All right, you got to work to get her. It's like a woman. All right, you're trying to please her. All right, you're trying to woo her. You're trying to talk to her. But these things, all right, it's just a little a stepping stones until you even give her attention. All right, so once you give her attention, all right, you're gonna eventually start to reap the benefits of being able to receive her. All right, to have her next to you. It's the same thing with wisdom. All right, you're gonna have to work to get wisdom. All right, so it says, verse 19, come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. And the good fruits was what I was just saying earlier, going to being skillful, having a knowledge of, all right, having sound judgment, being cunning, shrewdness, being wise, having practical wisdom. All right, these are just some of the fruits. All right, if you wait for her. It reads on, it says, for thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. All right, sooner or later you're gonna you're gonna reap the benefits, all right, and have the fruits of her, such as those things that I was saying earlier. Verse 20, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. All right, so the unlearned, the people who don't want to attain wisdom, who don't want to take that chance to go and try to find that woman, the ones who don't want to take the time and think she's just going to be so easy to grab. All right, think you're going to be able to just sleep with her on the first night. No, with wisdom, you're going to have to work to get her. All right, and it's the same thing with that bad woman that you're trying to get out here. It's the same thing with wisdom. You're going to have to work to attain to get her. All right, but it's very unpleasant in the eyes of the unlearned, such as the fools, all right, that are out here in this world. They think that wisdom is just going to be able to come and sleep with them the first night as soon as they just say, hey, what's up? That's not how it works with wisdom. All right, verse 20 at the top, she is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. All right, the fools are going to remain with wisdom, with Sophia. They're not going to be able to attain her. They're not going to be able to get her number. All right, they're not going to be able to woo her. All right, she's going to eventually just leave and brush him off. All right, because he didn't work hard to get her. All right, reads on, verse 21. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. All right, so if it's a long thing for this fool, all right, these 2/3 of our people, all right, the people without understanding who don't want to attain her, this is what's getting ready to happen. All right, even though it be long, all right, she's going to cast a mighty stone of trial against him. All right. It's gonna be hard work for him to attain to get her. Verse 22. For wisdom is according to her name, which is Sophia, and she is not manifest unto many. All right, wisdom is not manifest unto many of these people that are out here. All right, wisdom is only given unto the men of the Lord. All right, so that they can have the tools and things that they need. All right, in a time of trouble. All right, they're gonna need wisdom to help them maneuver around. All right, because martial law getting ready to hit in. All right, you're gonna have to be able to move. All right, you're gonna have that great insurrection upon those who fear the Lord. You're gonna have to move with wisdom in that time, with knowledge. All right, it reads on. Verse 23. Give ear, my son, receive my advice, and refuse not my counsel. Verse 24, and put thy feet into her fetters, and thy neck into her chain. All right. So put your Salakia. So put your feet, all right, and your neck into the widths of her. All right. Be within her. Be indulged in her constantly, day in and day out. All right, and that's what and goes back to these scriptures, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of these scriptures. All right, you're supposed to be indulged in it. All right, as you see, as a woman that you're so busy trying to get her number, you're trying to be with her. It's the same thing you're supposed to be with in these scriptures. All right, attaining wisdom. All right, so that you can gain the fruits of wisdom. All right, such I was saying, the skill, the knowledge, All right, the sound judgment, the practical wisdom, being wise, being cunning. Just some of the fruits that you will achieve, all right, and have, all right, once you attain wisdom. It reads on, bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. All right, don't be mad. Don't hate the laborer's work that's going to take for you to get her. All right, because it's a prized possession. All right, it's far above rubies. All right, as you read in the book of Proverbs, I believe. All right, she is far beyond rubies, anything that you can think of in this earth. All right, this is the woman that you're supposed to be chasing, not the carnal woman that's out here. It reads on, 26. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways to all and keep her ways with all thy power. Keep her next to you. All right, come with her with your whole heart. All right, and she will add the fruits unto you. It reads on, 27. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. Don't let go of wisdom. Don't let go of Sophia. All right, you read in the book of Proverbs 31. All right, this is a woman. She's going to help you. All right, let's go into the book of Proverbs 31 right quick. All right, this is the book of Proverbs 31. We're going to read a couple of verses. Verse 10. Proverbs 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? Who's that virtuous woman? All right, it's Sophia, wisdom. It says, for her price is far above rubies. Here it is, Proverbs. Well, as I stated earlier, her price is far above rubies. All right, she cannot be compared to anything on this earth. It reads on verse 11. The heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her. And who's that husband? All right, it's going to be the men of the Lord. All right, who have been married and joined unto her. It says, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. All right, this is why the scripture says back in verse 27 when it says, let her not go. All right, when you got a hold of her, don't let her go, because she's going to always do good into your life. She's not going to bring no type of evil towards you in your life. Verse 13, she seeketh wool and flax and worketh wittingly with her hands. She is like the merchant ship, she bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and portion to her maids. All right, it says she can. The phone cut off, but back in Proverbs 31, verse 15, it says, she riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and portion to her maidens. All right, this is what wisdom does. All right, she takes care of the house. All right, she takes care of the house of her husband. All right, which would be the men of the Lord. All right, she helps them. All right, become more knowledgeable, being more skillful, having more sound judgment. All right, being more wise. Wisdom helps him in all the ways. All right, that she's able to help him. All right, and that's in almost every way. So let's jump back into the book of Sirach, chapter 6, and finish out. Verse 27. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. So don't let her go. Don't let wisdom go. It reads on, verse 28. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. All right, as I was stating earlier, in the times of the trouble ahead. All right, you're gonna need wisdom to help you. All right, here it is. She's gonna be able to help you, especially at the end and in these last days. All right, which we're gonna need her. All right, and you're gonna find rest, as we read, as I stated earlier, Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right, we're going to need wisdom in these coming times. All right, in these end times. All right, where the judgment is quickly approaching. Verse 29. Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee. Meaning she's going to help you in all these ways. All right. It says, and her chains a robe of glory. All right. That glory is going to shine upon the men of the Lord. All right. Those who have attained wisdom, especially in that time. All right. Wisdom is going to be there to help you. All right. To help give you that glory. Because while everyone else out here is going to be without wits in, all right, they're going to be bugged out of their mind. They're going to be blind. They're not going to be able to see. They're not going to have the knowledge or wisdom. They're not going to have Sophia with them. All right. That glory that you're going to have of wisdom is going to shine and everyone's going to be able to see it. All right. And they're going to know that's Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, which has given you this woman, Sophia. All right. In the times of in the times that you should be comforted. OK, which is these scriptures. All right. Which is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. So in these last days, this is the time to trim your lamps. All right. To get to the point to where we need to tighten down. All right. So it's basically Salakia, tighten up. All right. To be studied more in the scriptures. All right. To be more indulged in wisdom in Sophia. All right. And the Lord will eventually manifest her unto you. All right. So stick with her and don't be as the foolish. Don't be as the unlearned. The 2/3 out here without wisdom, because in a time of trouble is when you're going to need wisdom the most. All right. You're going to need to have wisdom. All right. Knowledge and understanding. All right. Also with faith and works as well. All right. But all of these come with wisdom as well. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to you, Akim and Akwatim. This your fellow servant Malachi. Shalom.